Uh, uh yes. Yes. Welcome. Welcome to another edition, another stream here on the Chaos Rain Show. I'm Chaos Rain here. Make sure everything's set up good. Okay. Y'all guys can hear me good? You hear me well? Talk to me. Let me see if y'all can hear me. It's funny. I do these shows, it takes a different turn with every episode, every podcast, every live stream I do here on the Chaos Rain Show. You just don't know what you're going to expect on here, personally. But, interesting. One person put about boss chick something. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyhow, the links to follow me are the following. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain. Also, what else I'm trying to think? Oh, follow me on Rumble or join my Rumble page as well. It's CRain23 at Rumble or CRain23 Rumble link. And that's in the description of this channel as well. And I'm just going through some things. Make sure I don't forget nothing. Yeah. Also, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. It's also in the description of this video and other live streams videos in the description. 2 tiers, deal. Video exclusives, shout outs, the good stuff. So, to find some more other content that most likely not on YouTube, become a member on Chaos Rain Show. I'm just scrolling down, make sure I got all points. And also service as well. The Chaos as well. I don't promote Discord much that I should be, but nonetheless, Discord is there. So please, join Discord service as well on the Chaos Rain Show. And hold on. And what else I forgot? Do I got any other announcements? I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else on here. And it looks like everything is sent out. Let me just make sure everything is going well. And let me check my other side. What's this? Let's go back. Hold on, guys. Checking some things. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. So one thing I have to say, and okay, have to, like always, roll the beam footage for yourselves.
I have slept with so many married women in my life. I have slept with so many married women in my life that I can't trust nobody, kid. I don't trust no woman on earth. Me personally. You have a different situation. Like, you might have a woman who went to school. Y'all, not in the streets. Y'all ain't never been out. None of this shit. I have slept with so many of y'all wives out here. I can't trust women. That's what I'm like, Dr. Umar. That's what happened to me. Let me keep it real with y'all. As Slim Thug, the rapper, I believe every woman goes. I don't believe that no woman don't go. Now, a regular woman who is seeing fine ass Slim Thug after a show, and this is her opportunity to go, and her husband at work, or he gone, and whatever, or a woman with a boyfriend, they gonna go at the opportunity, and they gonna let Slim do whatever. And they in a relationship, so they don't even like rubbers a lot of the times. They don't even make you say, like, if I just said, just nature this chick. A lot of people who have relationships, they don't even like rubbers because they so used to having sex without.
Told you. I told you.
That's just one. There's more. Oh yes. Oh yes. There is more. There's more. Let me keep rolling.
Hurt him. That's why he's scared of marriage. No, he out here fucking a lot of niggas' wives. And that's what's playing on his mental. And dudes be getting lined up, robbed, right? And the first thing they say is, homies lined that up. That was an inside job. It was an inside job, all right? A nigga pierced his arm and fucked his wife. Checkmate. That's why when he got caught lacking at the crib he thought nobody knew about, that shit came from his wife pillow talking. Dudes do not be battle testing these females. Oh, she pretty. She treat me like a king. I'm a wifer. No, you got a battle tester. Your little man that ain't getting no money, send matter. Your man from Queens, Brooklyn, he got the Porsche, he got the Benz. That's what she into. Send her anything that you think she attracted to. Send it at her. See if she passed the test. See if she turned it down before you even could cheated on her for a minute and settle down, man. Niggas fucked a lot of dudes' wives out here. That's why. A lot of dudes' girls got fucked. And that shit planning conscious. Like, especially the numerous of times that it make you feel like, what makes me so special? What makes me exempt that it's not going to happen to me? That's what play on dudes' conscious. Like, you the handsome janitor in the building, but you fucking homeboy wife that's making $100,000 a week, pushing birds, and you in his wife's mouth on a regular. He got the Porsche parked outside. You getting on the train every day. But every chance you get, you knocking that pussy loose. That's what playing a nigga mental. Know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, not that, oh, he's scorned. He got cheated on before. I get asked by females, is why is it so hard?
Told you. I told you. My nigga.
Subject for today's stream is titled, Do Wives Cheat on Their Husbands? An old cliche, an old saying. As you could tell from the few artists, I think the other dude's an artist, but I know Slim Thug is a rap artist for some time now. These are just confessions from what they call an F-boy. You know, and trust me, let's be very clear. The ladies love F-boys. You hear them constantly complain about the F-boys all day, every day. They'll complain about in their music. They'll complain about in their work. They'll complain about on their cell phones. Hell, they're going to complain on lunch break. They're going to complain on dinner with their mates. Did I say the mates? Yes. Sometimes they'll talk about their frustration of the day, but behind closed doors, they are giving deep throats and throat goats to, strange men, for lack of better words. But nonetheless, they are out here, like literally out here in the trenches. And the videos that you're seeing, right? The videos is a testament of what really is going out here. Like literally going out here. It's not pretty. And I'm just looking at some things. We should ask the question, and the question should be always, and I mean always ask, what's it with the fatuation of a man engaged in taking the draws from another man's girl? And the funny thing about this, about all this, is that we know some dudes, some friends or whatever, that is unfortunately plotting. And and mind y'all, this is not gonna be a PG stream today. We're gonna go raw uncut with this one. Very good, very good. Oh, and shout out to the guy in the. Let me see what you wrote. Hold on. Things again, so. All hearts, grits, and grind says peace. Of course they don't. They just step out when they get bored or she no longer into you. Yes. Yes, we know she. Yeah. And that is the known combination or the real dilemma when your wife that you decide to put the nice ring on it, decides say, you know what, I'm tired, I'm bored, I got nothing to do. Hell, if I'm a stay-at-home wife or I work a job or whatever, I just got the urge to look for new dick. And as y'all can tell from the video itself, which I could probably play again, and which I will play again, that has to be examined. I always ask the F-boys that do this, that's close friends with other Negroes around their circles. Why are you so scared? Isn't the fear of deletion the much worse thing you could witness or worry about as a man when you take the day and opportunity to decide to somebody's wife, like literally, that you sit there and you, let's be honest, yes, she's opening her legs, and let's give her, she's gonna open them legs. And let's be honest, some dudes don't mind other women open the legs for them. The easy, for the sake of conversation, let's hold the corner that this is your best friend and your wife decides to, whatever reason, open them cheeks up or open them legs for this man. What are you gonna do, brother? I know you're gonna do. I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna fuck. Let's keep it real. Hold on a second. Make sure you guys like the stream and share the stream. I know this is untimely. This is a very much more earlier stream than usual, but it needs to be discussed. 1 second. And personally, this is just me. I've said some things on LA's podcast about what one must do or what should happen in this scenario once you as a man notice that your good wife, the one that you married, the one that you trust, etc., 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 decides one day she just, behind your back, go around and your friend, one of your homeboys, and want to know what that thing feels like. What the F US man have to do now? Or what you going to do now? Now, mind you, we always hear about, as men, that women are sugar and spice and everything nice. I've been hearing about this a long time. You guys, gentlemen, have heard this as well. But I had to really re-examine and rethink about that and really say, how are these chicks sugar and spice and everything nice? And you go around and put some other man's cock in your mouth and be a throat goat for the next man while you have a ring on your hand. Let's go there. Someone talk to me about this shit right here. And here's the worst thing. I'm ready. Hold on. I remember AM said this a few years back. And this should be a known fear for any man, personally. When I say personally, because you just never know, personally. And the reason why I say you will never know, and you will ever, 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 never, 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 never know, what's good, Kai? It's because you're not watching your chick on a 24-hour, 7-day basis. Especially your man, you out here getting it. You're doing what you gotta do. You're doing what you have to do. You get me? And she gets so bold to decide, say, you know, she'll get tempted or even go as far as she'll sit there and screw that dude. And what I mean by this, and I mean is that she's gonna after she's done with the side dude or your best friend, most likely as a male, she's gonna may wipe herself off. Hell, give or take, she might even get some residue of the man's essence in her between her cheeks and in between her yoni, right? And she comes back home to you. Oh, and did I forget that she'll sometimes will get it on her breasts, or even go as far as she gets some on the side of her mouth, in her mouth, and around her mouth. She'll come back home to you. You come home from a long day work, and she goes and be as bold as to kiss you in the lip. God damn. God damn it. Oh God. What you gonna do? And here's the funny thing about this. Even discussing this and having this discussion, and this should be a conversation. Let's be clear. I'm not denying we should have this conversation, but we gotta be honest here. As a man in this world, all you have is time, money, and respect. It's like that old tune back in the mid to late 90s. You know what I'm talking about, and it's off that Quiet Storm album by Mobb Deep. Money, power, and respect. You got money, you might have some form of power, maybe not much, but maybe you're getting there to power. And the last thing you forgot was the respect. And that's all you have at the day as a man that you have to walk off and live off. Once all two, not just one, but just two, have been broken, everything else crumbles. The one thing this bitch will do, she will disrespect you by one, going outside this marriage, and another man carrying all his juice and essence and report back to you home like it's nothing. Now, a lot of people say that, there's always some reasons why some women sit there, step out the marriage and go screw another man. And even let's go as far as they screw one of your best friends. And I mean, you as a man, you have a good friend, and your wife steps out and him and comes back to you. It's not only insulting, but it's the highest form of disrespect any man could ever endure. Now, let me read some of these comments before I continue. Make sure you guys hit the like button. As a matter of fact, let me look on my end and see how we doing likes. Okay, I want y'all to hear me. Let me check something, guys. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find my thing. Oh, you know what to do? I know what to do. Ah, here it is. Okay. I'm looking now to see what's going on. All right, we got a few likes. Get the likes a little bit more up. But anyway, let me read your comments. Continue this. But that's when you need to look in the mirror and see what's wrong. Yep. When she steps out, she's setting you free from her bullish. Recognize it for the blessings that it is and leave her but. Yeah. A little explicit, but we'll take it for now. I agree. But it's much deeper than that. And this really falls back to the man at the end of the day. If your woman steps out on you and she let herself get so sloppy and for you to discover she stepped out, it tells you it's more than that the relationship might be over, but she set herself up pretty nicely, depending on how the laws are structured in favor to her. If y'all remember my previous broadcast, which it will be pinned if you survive this podcast live stream of today, that we live in a polyandrous society. Most modern women today, in their thinking, in their actions, want to have more than one man for every situation. Meaning, if the laws were really present, which we don't know if it is because no one has ever attempted, but let's say it does exist. Let's say it does exist, hypothetically. Hypothetically, more than one man as a partner or husband, whatever you call it, she will be all down with it. You know what I'm saying? What more than women don't mind having, which the modern ladies, let's say include sisters, they wouldn't mind having more dudes in the table, engaged in promiscuous and train-like activities. And did y'all know about the train? Wait. I just found something. And what counts me by a train? Let me find it. Okay. Oh yes. Oh yes. And what I mean by train, I mean this. Did someone just said train? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to understand this. All right, let me do this again. All right. I screwed up. Hey, I'm still figuring this thing out. Don't mind me. All right. What do you mean by this? Let's run that again. And what we mean by train, and I mean literally, figuratively, this. Wait. Did someone just said train? Train. Yes. She wouldn't mind getting the train run on her. And this is a sick fetish. It's mental illness in the highest form. No brother, maybe non-black men, maybe possibly. Well, actually, they are. They don't mind sharing to a woman and one dude get on top, and the other one get on. And the other dude on the bottom, and make a nice ice cream sandwich. Like a sandwich. Yes. Oh yes. All hearts. Not more than Soul Train. They are getting that train. That one that goes you get on the train and it's nonstop until you reach your exit, if you know what I mean. Their exit. Well, my fault. They go through the exit, most likely, while coming in the front door. Let me stop. Oh, God. Hey, it makes sense. There's trainers. You come in through the exit. No, actually, you're supposed to come out the exit. But mostly when you enter the train, you come through the entrance way and you come out the exit. So actually, it fills both doors. Damn, it's making me cough. There's some nonsense. Ugh. Let me read your comments before I continue. Oh man. The side dude that knows he's a side dude is actually the biggest cuck. Enough masking about knowing going where another man has recent been. Yes, indeed, indeed. And I see, like I said Femi in the chat. She got her popcorn ready. And I'm gonna have to open this up. I want y'all to hear from y'all in a second. Let me just runt a little bit. Oh, yes, I'm aware. Oh, wait. Okay. Yes, I see you. I see you. Toya the tutor. Thank you. And depending how you're doing, come back. This is gonna be a long one. I'm gonna make this a long one. All I love is I had to click this live. Yes, I know. All right. Oh, and please, guys, support the channel. Super chat is available. Cash app, please. As you know, what you throw into this goes well to the channel, hopefully. So please don't be so hesitant. Throw whatever money you want to the Chaos Reign channel. Actually $5 will go better, but $3 will be accepted. But any super chat or donation will be appreciated. So please support the channel. Oh, that's not good. All right. Another thing with the men. And men, I don't know if you could speak for this. I'll probably speak about this. It is always a wet dream for certain dudes that not only love playing a side dude role, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Some men just don't give a fuck. And I'm just telling y'all the honest truth. They just don't give a fuck. Like literally. And we all know we know we deal with one of them niggas that will not, and I mean will not give a crap what they do in regards to attaining the crotches. Like literally, they do anything possible to get them cheeks. And if they're not having a good month and no luck, you might get one of them friends that will sit there find your significant other, your girlfriend, or your wifey that looks pretty good. Like literally look good. She's gonna get her cheeks clapped by your friend. No doubt. Especially if that man, your good friend, got that mouthpiece. Now I know there's like issues with the mouthpiece scenario. I know a lot of dudes in social media and in even YouTube don't like the fact that these dudes are still able to get access to women and don't have to really do nothing. But that's nature of the beast. It comes with territory that you gotta be as smooth as possible with the lovely ladies. And trust me, you know the consequence I talk about, or I never talk about, but you know what I'm talking about. I think one person that wrote many books about mouthpiece and how to get these women. One particular author I can name off my head right now is Alan Roger Curry, which this is his transition month. I might do some streams on him. Stay tuned. This is his he wrote about mode 1, all this thing about female nature, and even go as far as, if you remember, one of the few books, and if I could find a few books right now to give you some context to what I'm saying. Hold on, guys. Let me find one of the books to give more context to what I'm trying to reiterate. All right. Let's see here. Okay, here's one of the books. Wait. Oh no, this is not one. Hold on, guys. Hold on. One second. Let me do this. All right, I found the books. I can't show it because I don't have this thing set up on this desktop. I'll give you the name of the books. One of the books that he, and I think I don't have the original. I eventually came around and bought it, but he has two different versions of it now in the update version. Yeah, you're right. All right, one of the books that he has, and we're gonna start. Besides the main one, and I should find the main one because the main one explains more of a lot of things. Hold on. Yeah, if I'm going to find these books. I found it. One of the first books that he keep revising up to the last revision was Mode 1. Upfront, straightforward. Let the manipulating games players know what you're really thinking. This was his very first book. Y'all know the picture of it. I don't need to go more detail that. And okay, it gave his date of birth and death. Okay, I got this almost a year last year. That's the first book. The other books that I'm going down the line. Ooh, say it again. Master the Fine Arts of Verbal Seduction and Oral Sex. Alan Raj Curry. This is another good book. I have not gone through all his books. I have them as a treasure chest to go through information. And this one's a really good book. The next book. No Free Attention / revised version. The Possibility of Sex. And I mean, no free attention. This is a revised, actual physical copy of this particular book. And matter of fact, I'm going to check if he still have his website of his material. And the last but not least, the Beta Male Revolution. Now, this one is supposed to explain all of what we are dealing with in the 21st century in regards to the relationship between men and women. And that, now ladies are out here having as much or more sex than the fellas. Imagine that. Ain't that something? And this book was released back in 2016. This book's 7 years old. And he has like a website, which I don't know if it still exists. Matter of fact, I gotta look at his other books, see if he has this one. If he has the links to his website, I might just look at it. Yeah, it looks like this one. So let me pull him up right now, guys. And I'm gonna read y'all this in a second. I'm gonna read it in a second because I want to see if his work still exists on the internet. And I think this is gonna be very important because he's been gone a long time. Where is it? Where is it? Oh. Okay. All right, Alan Roger Curry. Let me type up Alan Roger Curry. Okay. Let's look him up right now. It's a good thing I was friends with him. Okay, I'm looking at his page now, see if his website still exists. And obviously the website not even secure. Ain't that something? They said the page was moved. That's not good. That's not good at all. It says page has been moved. That's surprisingly. That's very surprising. I'm not sure what that means. I'm about to probably look him up now and see if anything has happened to his website. And I'm sorry, guys. I had to take a pause for a second because I got to see what's going on here. Because he has a website with all his material, and for some reason, it looked like something has happened. Yeah, I think the website has been moved. Yeah, I don't think it's. Oh wow, his website has been taken down. I feared this was going to happen. So look like all his materials. If you didn't buy his copies, most likely you're not going to really know who if he exists. That's sad. When a man dies, everything else goes. Not good. It's not good at all. But that comes with territory. But anyway, guys, let's move forward. I'm reading your comments. That's sad. That's very sad. Let me see. I see Femi writes what? I don't know what you mean by what, Femi. Is that crazy? Yeah, it's crazy. And he writes about Obsidian. Yeah, his former nemesis. My sexual dudes are the most likely not to care about going where another man has recently been thinking about it. It's possible. You might be right. One guy writes, imagine that women getting more sex than men. Yes, and it's unfortunately it's true. Women are getting more sex than men. As much as I want to say that, but that's what is on the docket. And not only getting much sex, they're very much more hiding about it. They're not being upfront with it now. Some are still playing the feds to be, I guess, the bigger person, that they're not out here knocking the boots or knocking the streets, for lack of better words. But they are. Other things I would like to add on is that men, gentlemen, I'm going to ask the question. I can ask this question. If you know your homeboy is out there getting and slinging that rod and random women like this, that, and third, why would we still be friends with these sort of men doing this and around our circle? I mean, let's be honest. Let's have this talk. We know some dude out here that is getting it like that, like really getting it in. Do you think you want to trust your good wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, your significant other, with your boy that is just doing it? And the reason why I have to ask this question, because a good portion of us will have and be friends with dudes that are getting it like that. Like literally getting it like that. And let's be honest, unless we catch them in the act, we're not gonna do much of anything, personally. And to me, I find that to be ironic. Now, to me, I personally, I'm not sure if I could associate any dude that's like out there for many reasons. If you don't have the discipline of what you do with your own files, you cannot be disciplined in anything else in any aspect of your life. And it goes beyond cheating. As you get older and things either slow down for you, you know, in certain ways or not, you're going to have to be more discernment on what you do out here in these streets as a man. And as a necessity, you need to be discernment even more now, diligent, in this Western environment. Now, we hear about these ladies getting and catching these, you know, this ease, right? But, you know, we put ourselves risks, you know, fling it on random women that we don't know what these women got out here, with or without the condom. And as you know, the video, which I will run right now, and which I'll probably play right now because it's a real testament about these nice little ladies are getting raw dog with your homeboys. Like literally. Let's run it. Oh, that's not it. Let's run it. Let's hear again from one of these dudes.
I have slept with so many married women in my life. I have slept with so many married women in my life that I can't trust nobody, kid.
The fuck are you? You can't trust nobody, but you're up here coughing lung. Make sure that's the weed lung that's you coughing or something else, my dude. Let's continue.
I don't trust no woman on earth. Me personally, you have a different situation. Like you might have a woman who went to school. Y'all, not in the streets. Y'all ain't never been out. None of this shit. I have slept with so many of y'all wives out here. I can't trust women.
And you're right, Slim Thug. You're right, Slim Thug. I can't trust you either, my dude. Now imagine, guys, this is your homeboy. And he just getting in. Like, and you got your good wife at home or whatever. And she come across your homeboy. And your homeboy decides to say, I'm gonna fuck your wife behind your back. Like it's nothing. And your wife gives in. The fuck you gonna do about it, my dude? Now, mind you, I know Uncle D said it best about if your woman cheat, right? You gotta be the bigger man and walk away, right? Is that the premise? Okay. Now, I would say that most men should play the more holier, higher ground. But I'm going to say I'm gonna call bunk on that. Especially if you are friends with this dude for a while and he does this. Now, mind you, the Jezebel is going to receive her punishment as well because of this infidelity, this shame, this real shame. Because listen, you ever notice when women get caught in the act, gentlemen, they get all shocked, they get all shaking, they get all emotional. And trust, you got the one real hard, raw gangster type women you deal with. She just don't give a fuck. I remember one time there was a video, and I'm not sure I can find that video. Shit, let me see. No, I ain't gonna. If I open up, I'll find the video. How this one woman was taking roughly over 20 grand of her husband's money and storing it and put it in her own savings, in her own little account. And she's doing this, like literally, she's doing this, plotting, setting up the escape route on your ass. You catch this wench, this Jezebel, in the act, and you confront her and you ask her, you do it. And she sit there and give you that same sob story. She give you all this nonsense and then talk about her future, all this individual nonsense. And as you sit there, heckle her, and you sit there, chastise her, and you talk her down, you and her go back for. In the midst of the conversation, and amidst the so-called verbal conversation between you and your wife, she looks dead at you and look at you dead in your eye, like literally dead in your eye. And she says the two words that if it doesn't get you triggered as I don't know what will. She looks at you dead in your face and tells you and says this. What you gonna do about it? What you said? What you gonna do about it? She tells you in your effing face, what you gonna do about it? She looks at you dead in your face, my dude, my G, and tells you with a straight face, what are you gonna do about it? Now, mind you, every woman, modern woman, and let's say black woman, will look at you as a man and gives you those two sweet words that you hope not to hear. But she goes there and tells you what you're going to do about it. She's enticing you. Hold on. She is taunting you, gentlemen. She wants you to initiate the wrath of God on her. Matter of fact, I think, to be honest with you, and I'm not gonna cover it today. I was thinking of, but depending on my mood, I'm gonna say this. when we talk about this domestic abuse in this society, it is bi-directional, but it's much deeper than that. In my opinion, I think good portion of a lot of women, modern women say, are very violent to you men. Like violent to men. And they're hoping that you will have the itchy hands or whatever to do something about it. Now, when a woman tells you, gentlemen, what you're going to do about it, is that woman in fear of life and death? Or is she just sitting there so bold and gangster, hoping that wish you would do something? That's my question, gentlemen. I want you to really think really long and hard on this. Like literally. Your bitch tells you in your face, stealing your money. You both married. The money is supposed to be for both of y'all. It's supposed to go into the pot for the family. And this bitch turns around and takes your money and put it in an account. And after you catch the in the act, stealing your shit, she looks you dead in the eye after you caught the scoundrel, the witch. And she tells you dead in your face with a not even smile, but with confidence what you going to do about it. That is a challenge, my dude. That's a serious challenge. A very dangerous challenge. Nothing to say. Now, mind you, because this channel is so small, and if this was a little bit bigger, you guys would very much be in your feelings right now. Personally. And this goes beyond just black women. We're going to talk about any woman that will sit there and look at you as a man dead in your face and tell you what you're going to do about it. It's the sign of the greatest, not only insult, but the greatest sign of disrespect. You as a man can ever face with your good woman, your girlfriend or your wife. When she looks in your face and tells you what you're going to do about it. I want that to sink in a little bit. All right. Let me go for the chat room. Let me see who. Okay, I read this. So he sleeps with married women and women are to blame. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Femi. Whenever he does with a married woman is nothing compared to the amount of times the husband has done it for her. He really thinks he's discovering something new and tragic. Yes. Let's hear more from Mr. Thug himself, the slim one.
That's what I'm like, Dr. Umar. That's what happened to me. Let me keep it real with y'all. As Slim Thug, the rapper, I believe every woman goes. I don't believe that no woman don't go. Now, a regular woman who is seeing fine ass Slim Thug after a show, and this is her opportunity to go, and her husband at work, or he gone, and whatever, or a woman with a boyfriend, they gonna go at the opportunity, and they gonna let Slim do whatever. And they in a relationship, so they don't even like rubbers a lot of the times. They don't even make you say, like if I just said, just nature this chick. A lot of people who have relationships, they don't even like rubbers because they so used to having sex without.
Told you.
And pause right there. I see. I skipped said, I told you. Yeah, I told you too. After all, you get the smash of the cheeks and the friction, all that nonsense, right? You think your good wife is gonna be sitting there putting on or having this dude, maybe that is your side dude or even your best friend. You don't think she's gonna be getting her cheeks clapped by this dude with the rubber or without the rubber? I want you to answer that question, gentlemen. You think there's a high chance that your wife ever, if she get caught in the act, is having, her little entanglements with your best friend, and she knows this man's not gonna be wearing no rubber, or if he is, she's not going to protect herself. That's a question you should ask yourself. Because earlier I said in this conversation, she's gonna be taking this man's essence, and she's gonna come back home and kiss you in the lip, and you might get so enticed to screw her, and she has other men's essence swirling up in her guts. I mean, we gotta be honest and clear. She knows what she's doing, and let's be honest. We don't talk about the D discipline here on this channel much, but I always emphasize that a man should always be in control of the day. You are a brother that's up here slinging on every other man's wives, and you are best friends, even go as far as sleep with your best friend's wife. There's something we call 6 feet under will be your place you need to be, most likely, or something worse. Something worse. Cause we can't have people out here just screwing other people's wives. Hell, she's gonna get her punishment too, but hell, there's even bigger punishment that you out here slinging with other men's wives. And let's be honest, a lot of women are gullible nowadays. They just don't care. She'll sit there, will kiss you and have sex with any other man without giving notice. Now I hear rumors and hear this conversation that well, he probably cheated, so she got back. No, she is going to be having her share of fun regardless if the man cheating. Matter of fact, I would go even further that some women are anticipating that some men cheat so they can go out and screw anyway. If we want to go there, because they don't have that same respect for you, that discipline. And since we talk about promiscuous behavior, even the rise of the sexual freedom, I think it opened the floodgates for a lot of women to sit here, have random, unconscious intercourse with any man like it's nothing. Hell, these women are having as much or more than the modern man today, if we want to keep it honest. It's sad. It is very sad. And personally, and I'm gonna open up, and I hope you come up, Femi, and we will have this conversation, hopefully. That, hold on. One second, guys. I'm back. Yeah. So your wife or any woman today, they're having more sex more than ever. And be personally honest with y'all, to be honest with y'all, a lot of men that says good thing are the men that's, let's be honest, either getting not enough sex, or they're just like that fella that you see me playing, him and the next two of my play now, how they don't mind the access of random sex with women, but complain that they don't want to be a married man or whatever the case may be, because they're fearing their greater karma that it might happen to them. So let's keep playing this one.
I told you.
A woman hurt him. That's why he's scared of marriage. No, he out here fucking a lot of niggas' wives. And that's what's playing on his mental. And dudes be getting lined up, robbed and all that shit. And the first thing they say is, homies lined that up. That was an inside job. It was an inside job. A nigga pierced his arm and fucked his wife. Checkmate. That's why when he got caught lacking at the crib he thought nobody knew about, that shit came from his wife pillow talking. Dudes do not be battle testing these females. Oh, she pretty. She treat me like a king. I'm a wife her. No, you got a battle tester. Your little man that ain't getting no money, Sam matter. Your man from Queens, Brooklyn, he got the Porsche, he got the Benz. That's what she into. Send her anything that you think she attracted to. Send it at her. See if she passed the test. See if she turned it down before you even could cheat it on.
Now, what the man is saying here, I'm just getting more clarity now. Let's watch this again. This man is telling you, gentlemen, you need to your future girlfriend or future wife, see how loyal she really is. Put her through the rigor test. And let's be honest, we all as people are getting tested on an everyday basis, unfortunately. So why not you test your woman and see if where she stands. And if you're not going to do no tests, then you're going to have to figure out some precautionaries, like literally, on how you're going to go about. And I think it's a necessity now. It is a real necessity. And the reason I say it's a necessity because personally, I'm not with the bull crap. I think we as men, we're going to have to really pay attention to detail now. We're going to have to really know what we're dealing with. What we're really dealing with. There's not really no much excuse no more of knowing where a lot of women stand towards the brothers. And it's sad it has come to this point that I want to tell men that they're going to have to do what's necessary and really going to have to really evaluate a lot of these women. But you're going to have to. You need to. Oh, one person writes, let me see. It says here by Irvin, test or vet. Or are you saying that either is one in the same? You know, I would say you want to vet if you can, but usually putting a test will go much further than vetting. Because let's be honest, vetting today, and we know we hear the word vetting used throughout social media and other parts of digital media. To me, vetting today, as it stands, has been used too loosely. And I'm gonna put the call link now for those who want to come up and express their opinions. Vetting will not do you nothing today in the 21st century. You're going to have to find another means of how to really see where a person stands with you and if they're really real. And that's a good thing if you're a man. If you're here in the West or live in America, that will probably be your best option. And even that, I'm going to reiterate again, even that does not guarantee you're going to get the real great options or the outcomes. Because we got to be real as men. Testing, vetting, or either or won't give you the real great outcome, but it puts you in a much more secure position to know where a person stands so you make the conscious decision. And let's be clear, some people will pass your tests, depending on what tests you lay out for the opposite sex that you're looking for in regards for long-term mating and dating and marriage. And we're saying this because you want to get rid of the ones that are playing games with you from the start. And trust me, guys, there are some women right now are playing a lot of games out here in these streets. They are playing games. And here's the sad side. If you notice a lot of dudes that's traveling right now, there's even now word on the street is that there's women now that are traveling outside the country and following men black men especially, to other third world countries to get tricked on and get played on. What I mean, a lot of ladies are watching what you guys doing out here and promoting what you're doing, which, I have another opinion about this, and I'm totally against the promotion of anything nowadays, especially for those that are always going to be at odds with you to find ways to really get you back on the order of things, that they will disguise themselves. If you're a man, you're traveling outside the country to another third world country, and you deal with, let's say, sisters, black women especially, right? Y'all do know that there are some sisters in America that will still play that con game with you outside America. Did y'all guys that's traveling, y'all aware of this, right? Hope y'all know this, right? So, and how we could tell, because women tell on it themselves all day, every day. Hell, right now they're up and plotting some of you dudes that say, you know what, since they say they want to travel and do this and stuff, let's play games with them. Let's go to these third world countries. Let's go to DR. Let's go to Colombia. Let's speak a little Spanish in there. Let's make ourselves look nice appealing. Some of us don't look that fat. So we'll go in there, we'll just take your money. We'll act so that we are part of the land, but we're not. We're Americans. They will do that to you. They will with your head now, guys. Don't sleep on some of these women. These sisters know what you're doing, and now they playing a game with y'all. And it goes back to again. And I know that it said game is not necessary outside America. I would not would be so comfortable saying that. It says if a good portion of us in America, that's men, that are not getting it like we getting it out here in the streets, you're going to have to start retool, re-educate yourself and how not to get got here. And not only not to get got here in America, but outside America, because these ladies are watching what you're doing, gentlemen, and they are plotting and they're doing these same games overseas, to the point, what I mean by overseas, that there are American women out that are disguise themselves as they're Afro-Latino in these third world countries, but they're not. And they still try and get you to trick on them and make fun in their little stupid little discourse, their tweets, their social medias to other friends. It's the hold on. Like really, when they say that black women will not leave you brothers alone, they're not lying. They're not. They're not. And they're never gonna leave you alone. If you act so that you haven't some realms of success or happiness without them, they will try ways to get that rope, that lasso, and draw you back in with the effery. It's crazy. It's really crazy. They will do something like this. And that tells you how much they don't really know that they have no options out here. I always say that most people have options if they exercise and they qualify and they get the outcomes. But now, thinking about this now, that most people, including sisters, don't really got them options as I see it. If you had the options that you say and the outcomes, you still not be pressuring and trying to hassle black men that decide to either stay in or tap out and tap completely off this grid. I'm the same. I don't see it. I don't see it. To find that there's videos and actual proof of this out here, it's disgusting. Very disgusting. But it does exist. So keep that in mind. So continue and move forward on this topic, what we see up here. In regards to, your wives are getting smashed by your friends, or the wives cheating on their husbands, for lack of better terms. That I'm gonna let the tape play for itself.
Half a minute, settle down and get married. Niggas fucked a lot of dudes' wives out here. That's why. A lot of dudes' girls got fucked. And that shit play on a nigga conscious. Like, especially when you did it numerous of times, that'll make you feel like, what makes me so special? What makes me exempt that it's not gonna happen to me? That's what play on dudes' conscious. Like, you the handsome janitor in the building, but you fucking homeboy wife that's making $100,000 a week, pushing birds, and you in his wife's mouth on a regular. He got the Porsche parked outside. You get on the train every day. But every chance you get, you knocking that pussy loose.
Just beating that like a slave, like literally. Your homeboy's beating your wife's walls like a slave. Boom. Damn. And like I said before, after he's finished, done with your wife, and the chick don't have the decency to wash herself, she's going to enjoy every essence of that. And as you come home, work, being that breadwinner, being that productive man, you come home to a used, wet behind. Somewhere they used it up like a rag and threw it in the bathroom pantry or whatever you want to call it. It's sad. Very sad. Let me read some other comment. My travelers is to not target what looks like home. I get why those that do, but she needs to be a country bumpkin, as it were. Yes, Irvin, if you're not busy, I put the call link. If you come in, if you're a person that's traveled occasionally, I'd like to hear more on your thoughts on that. And like I said, the call line is open again, guys, for those who want to come up. And let's have the conversation. Let's continue with this thing.
That's what play on a nigga mental. Know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, not that, oh, he's scorned. He got cheated on before. I get asked by females, is why is it so hard?
Told you. I told you.
My nigga.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, and to be honest with y'all, I think because women, if they're just sitting home, not doing nothing anyway, and idle time is the devil's hand, they're going to open the doorways of, to get slung on, get that thing beat up, get that throat beat up by another dude. Primarily, maybe your man. Okay, I see somebody coming up. I'm just waiting to get your headphones set up. And so give it some time. Anyone else that want to come up? The call line is open, please. But like I said before, there's not much you could do about that. What's this? Which has a bug that causes echoes. Google is working, fixing it. All right. Well, it says here. Okay, let me make sure. All right. You there, Irvin?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you good. Welcome. I think it's the first time on the show.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm getting around, but this is the first time on your show, bro.
Okay, cool. Now, before you say anything, you heard what I was talking about, that there are some ladies now that's here in America that are sisters that now are playing even more greater games, going down there and acting so that they are part of the plan, but they're not, and they still want to be tricked on, and then they make fun in their own social medias of how they trick American men.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that.
What's your take on it?
And
okay.
My the one take that I have here is that's an example of how they're better at being prepared. Because a lot of us guys, I hate to say it, but we think with our lower energy first. But these ladies are planning, plotting, and strategizing So they're making sure that they can, we call them chameleons for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to these places being prepared to be able to blend into the background, as it were. And so, knowing the language in these spots is one thing, but our American Black women know us better than anybody else out there. So they know how we move and operate. You can just tap into any passport channel and hear the warnings and precautions that these guys are making. And like you say, they're in these same groups, chats, listening, watching videos. We focus on them complaining, but in reality, they're taking notes to know how to move and operate. And we're not doing our due diligence first and foremost in that regard. But also at the same time, that's why I've made a point in the chat. If this is my suggestion. I understand why you would go look for something similar as far as the outside package, but you want a different software, as it were. But go experience something that ain't even built like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it might not be your necessarily particular interest, but you really can't really. It's easier to see the difference between other women and other cultures, that so you can actually make that demarcation line between a Western woman and everybody else. Because, like you say, they come in with these. They're coming as chameleons. They're coming prepared. They already don't want us to go for a lot of reasons. And like you were saying, when you're already dealing with the high STDs here at home, when you're talking about dealing with, coming back to the negotiation table, as it were, the idea of, being sucked back in is the name of the game. And the only way that we can experience or to be able to see clearly those differences is by knowing. And I'll give a Matrix example. When he first was in the Matrix and he seen the deja vu cat for the first time, he just said, wow, that's kind of weird, deja vu. But to those that exactly had that experience, knew exactly what that meant. And he was lost in the sauce. But when it was going down, like, what do you mean? He was just thinking he was saying something out of happenstance. You know what I'm saying? But it was a serious backlash that came along with that. And I think that's what a lot of guys are going through. Because, to be honest, I think we really do desire our women. But there's a lot of pain, whether that's how we grew up, what we've been around. And all you have to do is listen to any of these passport channels. They'll tell you especially like Pablo and things of that nature, they will tell you the first thing you have to do is kind of detox from your Americanized ways of how you doing things and how you act out there, because you're not used to it. And there's a double-edged sword with that, because if you go down to these places, let's say you get a Latin girl, they know how to finesse you because you haven't had that experience. And then you get caught up and wrapped up head over heels in love. And because you can't move into those places or have you just on a rotational, expatriated boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? So you're getting it's just not in your face. If that makes sense.
I follow you. In regards to a different woman, it proves to certain men that they're still looking for a sister outside America because they don't want to deal with the boss chick / feminist black woman here in America. I get it. My my thing, like for those that are able to travel outside America to either a third or first world country, right? That don't be fooled that if you're still seeking a sister like that, when you go to those countries, be wary that they are now out here playing the games too. The ones that do got money to travel. And usually ways to get around that is if you're not dealing with another racial woman, then you're flipping a coin. If you go to the regular spots, and my thing about this, Mr. Pushback, I don't mind black men or just men in general promoting where they're going. Personally, I'd really push back on that because now is if you're happy and you decide to go somewhere and tell people where you're going at, what's going to happen is people start to follow. Personally, and since most dudes do it because they need to find different outcomes in here, you could disclose that. But if you're gonna be loud, keep in mind the women out here that's trying to still get that so-called girlfriend experience or just to get access to your wallet, they're gonna follow where the money's at. And they know that most men that do got the money to travel, they're gonna follow say, well, these dudes that's not here paying for my stuff, the ones that I'm not giving access to, I need to go travel out here and still get that same experience and still not giving him access to the body. See how that works?
Oh, absolutely. You can break it down on a micro level. I think what needs to happen here's how I see it. Maybe because I'm an older cat, I may look at it different. But what I'm noticing here is it doesn't matter if you are a simp at home or a simp overseas. A simp is still going to be a simp, and it doesn't matter. You're going to still fall for the same finesse. So if you don't have the awareness of how to operate and move in that way, then it'll blow your mind. I remember, I think it was on 100's live stream, I had brung it up. Some of these guys, you're not even traveling outside your city. You know what I'm saying? Or take an example, you might be traveling down to Houston, you might travel down to Atlanta, and you ain't really never been outside your state. So, and the same things are happening in these situations too, where you move down and you move out, you think because it's new to you, you know what I'm saying? You don't think that you're gonna get finessed, or you think that life is so LG, and it really ain't. I think no matter what we do, because of this westernized woman fiasco is spreading like a virus across the planet, I think the first thing a man needs to do in this modern age is move with skepticism first. Treat everybody as the enemy until they prove to you otherwise. That's why I made mention in the chat. We're talking about testing or vetting, because from what I'm able to see and discern, if you try to test them, they're gonna fail that test regardless, because they're opportunists first, and that's just the way I perceive the information.
Okay. And the reason why I say I kind of changed and said instead of going the vetting route, that testing makes better sense. And like I said, either way you do it, no guarantee, like anything in life, but still the vetting thing, when people say vet persons, I mean, it's been very played out, and nowadays you're not gonna really know anybody through a vetting process. The only thing this for sure, if we want to go there to see how real this person is to you, is you're going to give them, put them in places where they have to be tested.
Well, this is where I would push back on that. This is where I'll push back on that, and this here, we have to change what we are, the context clues of what we're looking for. The like they say, we tend to want to find a woman, get married to her, have a family, this, that, and the other, and there's so much content out there to telling you that shit don't work the way we used to do it. Now, we need to get out of our own comfort zone and start looking for different context clues. For example, I remember it took me until I was in my mid 30s, early to mid 30s, where I had to come to a realization. Yeah, I love a feisty woman, but with me liking a feisty woman, there's an archetype that comes with a feisty woman. There's this other shit that I just don't like when it was a feisty woman. I just don't like it. So despite my attraction to a feisty woman, getting with a feisty woman ain't the route to go. You know what I mean? So I had to learn to look at things different. You know what I'm saying? Just like with like for right now, if I see a chick with baby hairs, man, I just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, man. At times people do give up themselves. And if you're a person that's, and let's be honest, Pusher, a lot of us have not really gone out enough to really put ourselves out to try. Some are afraid of rejection and denial, and the problem with that is that unless you sit there and put yourself out there, you're never gonna know. And like anything, interaction is the best remedy, and the best precautionaries to really to see where you stand out there in the market. And for those that's looking to really get the outcomes, you're going to start hitting and missing. Outside America, it's not much stress because there's a different environment. People out there more humble because they don't really got nothing. If you want to be honest, they'll have things in other countries, but they don't really got things like things like we have in America, or the pounds especially with the inflationary rate and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta test the waters out, and you gotta put it into practice, before you become skilled. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta use the skill before you become an expert. And I hear, especially on a lot of these spaces, where they really don't push that narrative where you got to get out your comfort zone. Like for example, I'm all for us getting in shape, losing weight, all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But also at the same time, go experience. Like they say in the sales world, man. For every no you get brings you one step closer to a yes. And we don't. A lot of these guys out here, they don't really go out and experience anything. And then when they go out here, they look odd. They act goofy. They act unrealistic, and then they wonder why this woman who's more well prepared gives them a pushback, or better yet, you put yourself in a worse position versus never hearing this type of information going out there at all.
Okay. Like I said, guys, the call line is open if y'all want to come up and engage the conversation. It's in the chat room right now. Make sure you guys hit the like button, and please support the channel, donate, throw something in here. I don't do this for my help. All donations for for the channel and any future growth still. Now, in regards to the subject at hand of the homeboys or the bros or whoever are screwing and banging other man's wives, what's your overall take on this? And I don't know if you experienced it firsthand in your life, but what's your overall take on it?
I think it depends on. I think it really depends on the generation you come from. The older generation is bros before hoes, and the backstabbing comes from when your bro don't tell you and he's just doing it behind your back, versus he did the thing, came back and told you like, hey man, I didn't bust her down, man, get rid of this broad. For the younger guys, it's a lot different, and I think that's because with a lot of younger guys, they're more savage, man. They don't care. It's like they'll smile in your face and be cool with you, playing Xbox with you. You know what I'm saying? And you can't turn your back on them around your woman for nothing. And then on the other side of that coin, We seeing how these, you can go through TikTok, man, and see clip after clip. These chicks are out here wilding where they don't care. It's about, because they separated themselves from laying down and having a relationship with a dude. And if you ain't putting it down in the bedroom, they gonna go out there and get it wherever they can find it, and it's gonna be an object of convenience. Yo homie, who may be that dude because you working 16 hours trying to do your thing, is the closest one around. You know what I'm saying? But that's my observation. That's what me talking to younger cats. That's what me listening to these podcasts and interacting with everybody. It seems to be a common thread, underlying thread with all that.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I know this was making its rounds. A lot of people were talking about it. Some were honest with the conversation. Some, straight right, not happy about it. And one thing is evident throughout the whole conversation, that a lot of dudes that, like, Mr. Fug, or the other dude that was explaining about how they used to had lots of intercourse of other men's wives. It lets you know that the greater fear to a lot of men that's doing it, not like slavery doing it, that they when they're putting themselves as a husband material, or even marry one of his own women, because they'll in their mind they're gonna come back thinking it's gonna happen to them. And I'm thinking logically that, what do you expect if you screw up somebody else, your best friend's wife, and you've been doing it to other people's wives for so long? Why not that don't happen to you? I mean, that's karma. It actually balances itself out.
Absolutely, man. Karma's a bitch.
And we gotta be real as men. Yeah, we gotta be fair and real here as men. That we don't want the same thing happen, right? Like, and let's keep real. There are some trifling women, Jezebels, or what you want to call it, that will sit there and entertain another man and hide the fact that she never told them that they were married. I remember, now that comes to my mind, you married Travis Rudolph?
The name sounds familiar.
Not hit me. Oh, good thing you're up here. I had to recall myself about one dude that was going to do some serious time in jail for shooting and killing one of this chick from Florida's best friend, because she got her feelings because the man decided to move on, and instead she getting her feelings, she go send her brother and a friend to go handle him.
Yeah. She got right. She got her brother, and I think her brother and cousin or something like that. Oh, he got them all.
Her brother and friend to go handle him physically. And here's the kicker: she is still married, and she did not disclose that. Yes,
I see that. My goodness.
They're separate, but they're legally married.
You know what? Now that I'm glad you brought that up, because see, this is where, especially for the married guys that are out here that's living in this day and age, that's where I'm seeing a lot of stuff happening. When you listen to folks like the lead attorney and stuff, it's when these folks go on these little breaks. And I told a homeboy one time, actually not a homeboy, but a homegirl of mine. She was like, "Yeah, my boyfriend wants to take a break, this, that, and the other." And I said, "You want to hear? You want me to comfort you, or you want me to tell you the truth?" And she was like, "No, I want the truth." I said, "He probably got some pussy lined up, and he wants to try. He wants to go get laid without there being any type of connection. Like he's breaking any type of rules." And I also had a gentleman friend. Then it's the same thing when if you're married and you're going on a break, you know what I'm saying, you got one or two choices. If she needs a break, then you end it, or you know what I'm saying, or you got to learn to coexist in y'all being a break, because if she gets the space, somebody else is gonna slide in, whether that's him being grimy or she just being sneaky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, she was in another relationship with a man that looks like he is I guess a millionaire, maybe, depending on how much he made while he was still playing in the NFL. He probably made some good money, but at times before this happened, he was not been playing football because he was fighting for his life, so he don't do permanent time in jail for defending himself. And the funny thing about all this, the whole case, right? That not only she was in the wrong, but she persuaded other men to take this man's life. And here's the funny thing with this chick. She tweeted and disclosed her criminal acts and have the audacity to erase the tweets and the message and stuff, which they'll still recover off the phone, which some people are so stupid. Did all that and hoping that and try to find some laws of what will happen to you. And it tells most men say, these women are here to protect their butts, not yours. If they can still get away with it and get unscathed, they will do so and put you under fire. Okay. And I'm glad that the brother didn't do serious time in jail and he was free, man. Because to me, I find that to be bullshit. You married some bitch. Why the fuck you dealing with that man? Oh, you doing because he has money and he could probably give you that lifestyle and be the only one. And I'm saying no athlete is sticking around with one woman if he's still playing in the field. He's gonna be still on the field, bouncing and hopping and screwing other women. It constantly turns out. I'm not sure why most women don't get this. You see, one famous pushback.
But see, here's the thing, man, and we gotta see. This is where we're getting into an intersection, as it were, between the intersection between genders, and then the intersection between race, and then the intersection between classes. You know what I'm saying? When you an athlete, and we see it every day, they're rotating through the same broads. I mean, Brittany Renner been through how many people and how many sports teams? It's the same chicks doing the same stuff. The Joe Smith issue, these chicks are going through the same dude. So, and we're not going to even get into the whole, Hollywood weird shit that they do, but you know what I'm saying, that elitism type stuff. But it's kind of hard to kind of separate some of this stuff when we having these type of conversations. But just in general, just speaking on in the specifics, though, that's the dangerous part of the game, because I can't stand the Real Housewives of anything, and when that show first came out, I was like, you know what, it was almost like a virus of how all these women started really changing up how they were moving, acting, talking, and it's like this thing is spreading. And then they see these women out here thinking that they, these Hollywood chicks doing this stuff, and then they want to emulate, thinking that is where we get that boss babe energy. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, because this Magic City Girl uniform on this other level is popular, and they see all the attention she gets, so that means that you think that you're supposed to wear the City Girl Magic uniform, and then from emulation, you start mimicking those behaviors. And we don't shame, and there is no shame on both sides of the coin, male or female. It's like, especially for Black men, because we come from a position of provider first. I'm supposed to, I got to do for my family. I got to do for my, then I got to do for my, the next, circle of separation. And then you always paying backwards. And then, your happiness comes through, but your happiness is supposed to be measured through vicariously through what you do for other people instead of you taking care of yourself. And it's pretty sad right now, man. It's rough. It's rough, especially if you're younger. And, for anybody, if you under 40, man, mind your P's and Q's, wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to weaponize monk mode a little bit. Learn the power to say no. And again, change what these triggers are that can really tell you about a person without you even getting involved with the shenanigans in the first place. But you know what? That's that Winter Soldier chip, man. Like that dude that got shot up in New York. That's crazy talk. That's crazy. But that's my perspective on
it. Yeah. Like always, with most of these situations, A lot of ladies are doing what they're gonna be doing regardless. I think as men, we know what it is out here in these streets, this environment, and the environment gives a more safe haven. I mean, we could sit and talk about accountability all day, every day, but let's be honest, people are going to move according to their not only options, but what the laws prevent them to do so. And like I said,
until these laws change, look, until these laws change, because that's and that's another thing in and of itself, man. Until these laws change to take some of that power away, or to even the playing field, ain't nothing gonna change except for a person's self-control. You know what I'm saying? So, right now in this state and world we live in, it makes zero sense to get married to any woman out here. Now, with that being said, you got to do your due diligence to do homework, because there's certain laws that are changing in certain states, but with that, you have to be able to see that common law enforcement is going to come back with a vengeance, because like we know, there's more women in the world than us, just in our own country, and they're in more positions of HR and government, and they're going to push for their wants and needs first, man. And we have to be mindful. I don't mind pointing out accountability, this, that, and the other, but Michael Jackson said it best, man. It starts with the man in the mirror first. I'm not that type of, who you run with says who you are. So if you running with the type of cat that's willing to sleep with your homie's wife, if you run, if that's the type of group of dudes you hanging out with, then you have to know what and expect that that's going, like you say, karma. It's going to come back to bite you. It might not be right now. It might not be tomorrow, but it will happen. But with a lot of younger guys, they don't think fat meat is greasy, or it always happens to everybody else. It ain't gonna happen to me. They're in a bravado. You know what I'm saying? It's like with some cats out here, you can't tell them nothing until they get hit upside the head, and then when they do get hit upside the head, then you want sympathy. Then you want to come back talking about some help me out, or this, that, and the other. And it's like, for me to do that means I got to put myself in further danger to help you out. And nobody got time for that. We as black men are losing on too many different fronts to be sitting up here trying to, like they say, man, in an airplane. When the airplane goes down, you got to put that oxygen mask on yourself before you can help the next person out.
Indeed. Always, a man should always look in their best interest at the end of the day. As most men, most men are going to do what's necessary and advocate for themselves. My only biggest concern with men is that you're going to have to know that the possibility, depending which one you deal with here, she will eventually not only go far left on you, but she will screw somebody that's you close to behind your back, and give or take. And the reason why that is because I said this earlier. I call it we live in a polyandrous society. No, women don't have to really get legally married to more than one man, but they are engaged with multiple men anyway to fill certain needs anyway by choice. And some of these dudes are giving these women their needs, and hell, some not even getting close to even getting with the uni. But that's another story.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still only a select number. It's still a select number who's doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the Pookies and the Red Berries where the homie got 7 baby mamas and 12 kids and stuff. The numbers bear out that is still a small intersection of people that's actually running like that. So, you gotta vet who you got in your own circles. You know what I'm saying? If you around business-minded people, it's very unlikely that you're not gonna be business-minded. I love what BGS says. Before we look at him how we do, he was in a position to always be in them circles, and then they call him a master teacher. You know what I'm saying? He didn't call himself that at first, and the name stuck because of the circles he runs around, and then over time, he proves himself to be a master teacher. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. And another thing, and oh yeah, one thing I would ask you, since you're the man up here, I only wanted to the call. What else you find that, let's say if you were in a marriage and your wife was caught in the act of infidelity and getting back blown up by either, let's say, either a good friend or just a random dude, what actions would you take as a man?
Okay, so the first thing I would do is, okay, I'm walking in the house, and she getting her back blown out, and I can hear her doing her one too. The first thing I would do is sit down and let them finish. I wouldn't even interrupt. I wouldn't even make my presence known. And once they both reveal themselves, at that point, I would exit stage left. See, yes, I want it to be known that I know, but I also self-recognize enough. I might not be in an emotional state to react properly. So instead of me putting myself in danger, putting him in danger, and putting her in danger, let me just go ahead and end it. Now, will it hurt? Absolutely. Am I going to be upset? Absolutely. But I again, protect yourself at all times. That's the number one rule. You got to protect yourself. So when it happens, if it happens, you have to remain level-headed, because the one fault that we have as Black men is that we are very emotional and very reactionary. And it's those reactions that get us in trouble. It's not that we shouldn't react, but we don't know how to react. And we have to, and that takes some, mental exercises and practice. You know what I'm saying? Not that you're looking for wrongdoing around every corner or underneath every rock, but you have to be mindful of the environment that you're in. These ladies they have no shame about what they're doing. And if you are around or have around fellas that that operate and move that way, then you got to learn how to let them go. I mean, it might sound cold blooded, you know what I'm saying, but I'll use the Tombstone movie example, right? Doc Holliday only had one friend, and Wyatt Earp's whole point was, yeah, I know he's a devil, but he ain't never done no evil to me. We can't operate in this generation. We can't operate like that no more. If a person that you hanging out with, and if y'all go out and if you see, like I had this one homie, he was married and he was Ethiopian. And I know they run different. Apparently he had two wives, back home, and got one wife over here in the States. And we out there kicking it. And he up here making out with this chick that was, like, first of all, low tier, but also at the same time. And I'm just sitting here looking like, bro, I can't roll with you no more. And he's like, well, why? I'm like, man, you up here doing your one thing, but you want me to come through and hang out. And I'm looking at your newborn baby and your wife. That's my character. You know what I'm saying? That's my code of conduct. I can't keep hanging out with you if that's how you gonna move and operate. If you gonna do your dirt, then don't do that shit around me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of times, man, we don't like to hold the people around us accountable and really put it out there. We're so starved for connectivity with each other, male or female, that we don't think that it's like we are afraid to be by ourselves, or we're afraid to say goodbye, or to say let go, because it's gonna hurt. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know, whether it's a physical injury or an emotional injury. Pain is pain, and so it's gonna hurt. That's just part for the course. But it is, there's a lot to say, a lot to be said with how you handle it, man. I think that's why, you do need, for a lot of guys. I know, especially black guys, right? We like boxing a lot, and I think we need to start getting more into other disciplines because of the aggressive nature of, even though of course boxing is violent, boxing teaches you to harness that anger. Whereas if you're talking about something like a more of a different martial art, it teaches you how to more sort of control the anger. And that's something that we severely lack, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, I like that response. That's well said answer. I mean, can't knock you. Like I said, I take a different approach when it comes to that. But overall, like I said, if your wife goes as far as to go our way to, get caught up, literally caught up, it tells you she has not only disrespect you in the highest fashion, but she really wanted to end it and wanted you to end it in a big way for her, in my opinion.
Well,
that's why.
Well, I think it's different, and because I really do think it's different when you're talking about a quote unquote significant other, and when you're talking about a wife, because now you're talking about breaking a vow, and when you put that vow out there, when you swear before God that this is what you gonna do, that's a little bit different, I'm not a big believer in marriage as how it's set up today, although I do value the system of marriage, or the purpose or reason behind marriage itself, to be dedicated to that one. You know what I'm saying? But there is something different when you go before your higher power and you vow that this is going to be flesh of your flesh, and you got that shit going on, versus, this is your girlfriend, even if you've been with that chick for, 3-5 years, you know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that, most men, want to be married, because most men want to be in a relationship. But when you actually look at the numbers to where how things break down, you know what I'm saying? Folks are gravitating in a certain direction. And, this may, with the economy and everything, the way things are going, things may change. But, and this is where, again, I say that, younger folks got it, a lot harder, because because a lot of women want to get into a relationship to protect themselves. Men have to be more careful because there's a lot more chameleons. And like you said, like we were saying earlier, you go down to DR, and because they're more astute in learning the language and preparing themselves, and then they can perpetrate that fraud. Yeah, you might get got. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. It's dangerous.
Yeah, man. Gotta be careful. At the end of the day, most modern men are gonna do what's in the best interest. All right, Mr. Pusher back. Any closing remarks?
You know what, man? That's at the end of the day, I will say, don't give up. One thing I'm acutely aware of is that we're definitely, everything is a consumption, and you are what you eat. So You know, there's a lot of this stuff that we consume on a daily basis and what have you. That's good for you, but too much of anything will always be a bad thing. So always try to find balance. Um, Disconnect and detox from some of this stuff sometimes, because sometimes you can just like I was saying about, you know, the women in the, you know, with the housewives of Atlanta type of stuff. The same is also true for us fellas on the other side. We consume a lot of red pill content and this, that, and the other. There's nothing wrong with searching for the truth, but sometimes you can put on blinders, and instead of you having a natural conversation, natural interactions, you can close yourself off for something or someone that might be for you or can be a benefit to you. You know, always find somebody in your immediate circle, man, that's gonna keep it real with you. Always not necessarily second guess, but always, you know, get a second opinion, because you know we're in a world of TikTok and instant gratification, and how you feel today may not be what you really feel like in the long term.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's up. All right, thank you, Push It Black. Hope to see you again in future live streams as well. And if you
I
subscribe,
appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
yeah, if you're a subscriber, make sure you sit on top bell, because I might have to go into another stream on another subject on the thumbnail. So stay tuned, Mr. Pusher Back. Until next time, take care, brother.
Take care, everybody.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. This concludes today's stream. Before I wrap up, like thank everybody that watched the stream, and hope that they'll catch the replay of this and leave a comment at the end of this video on your take on this. As you know, I put Miss Palmer on the thumbnail as well, as you can tell on the right. Be on the lookout. I might do a stream on that to give you a honest truth about it. That's not gonna be so nice. Stay tuned to that broadcast as well. But other than that, the links to follow me are following. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. You could follow me on Rumble, join my Rumble page as well. As you know, Rumble, last time I checked where I stand on Rumble, I got a few followers, not much, but still want to keep it growing. So I will do y'all a favor. I will put that here for those that would catch the replay of this, and also it's in the comment section and description of this stream as well. So please follow me on Rumble. Also, join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show as well. That's in the description of this channel. And become a member of the Chaos Rain Show for videos for the members. And there's going to be some videos for the members very shortly. So if you want to catch those videos, please become a member of the channel as well. That's it. Thank y'all for listening or watching today's stream. Please leave a like on your way in and on your way out of the stream. And leave a comment as well. I'm looking forward to read your comments. Until next time, let it get us. Rain.